Hi, it's Maggie the Aries Gypsy here to bring you your March 2019 mid-month readings. So we're looking at the last couple of weeks of March from the 15th through the 31st. Thanks for joining us here today. Welcome to any newcomers and welcome back to any followers and subscribers. And as always, thank you for all of your support, your comments, your feedback. A big thank you to all of my clients out there always as well, regular and new clients, for keeping me so continuously and joyfully busy with personal readings. And as most of you know, if you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me live or recorded, you can get more info and contact details by clicking the description link below or the description bar attached to any of my videos. And you can also go to my YouTube channel's homepage and click on the little about button there, and feel free to email me directly at maggie1maguire@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to work with you. I do readings full-time, 5 to 6 days a week. It's the sum total of what I do, so I'm pretty diligent at working with both my schedule and others to get you a reading in as timely a manner as possible. I can usually respond to your initial request within the same day or the first 24 hours with more info, and scheduling's pretty good too. And I do a wide variety of readings of all different types and lengths and costs in all main areas of life. So send me an email if you're interested. We'll go from there. So let's move right into this reading. This is for the fire sign of Aries, our beautiful Rams, for the last half of March 2019, March 15th through the 31st. Remember that general readings always resonate a little differently for everybody watching, so if you know your rising and moon sign, check those out as well. All right, Aries. Let's see what's in store for you for the last half of March. All right, Aries, we begin with Strength, followed by the Empress. Let me hold these up. Strength, followed by the Empress, and we have the Queen of Pentacles, followed by the Ace of Cups. Beautiful. Overall energy for the last half of March is the Four of Wands. Again, beautiful energy. I'm feeling for a lot of you, there may be some kind of coming back together again, or reconciliatory energy, trying to work with somebody that you already have had a relationship with. Perhaps that there's been difficulties and struggles. I feel like you're considering taking a new path, but in order to do that, you have to face perhaps some fears and insecurities of your own, and some ways of doing things, or ways that you have been behaving in relationships, perhaps based on your own belief system and ideology, and maybe also based on negative relationship history in the past. Maybe taking a look at aspects of yourself that you need to change in order to move forward with a specific person. This is for love and romance. In career, work, and finance, or money or project matters, it looks like you are also, again, exploring a different way of doing things, or perhaps setting off in a different direction, but in a partnership or collaboration with someone else. The overall energy, which we'll start with from the bottom of the deck, is the Four of Wands, which is one of the happy home cards. It's a card that represents or gives the feeling that we have of the simple joy and gratitude, reconnecting to the gratitude we have of enjoying the people in our life, particularly family, friends, children, both close family and external family and close friends. It is a card that sometimes can represent marriage, weddings, engagements, celebratory events, just really enjoying the time of being with people that we're connected with. And remembering to feel grateful for that energy as well. It's also the unexpected blessing, happy surprise card. Often when the Four of Wands comes up, it represents an unexpected blessing or happy surprise coming your way, or one which you may be thinking of extending to somebody else in connection to home and family. Or it might be something that happens at an event, or when you're getting together with family and friends. It could be at a formal event, like a wedding or a party of some kind, or it could just be casual. And it's not a card of an indeterminate period of time too. In terms of the unexpected blessing, happy surprise, even though you know it's coming, it's still going to take you off guard. And it usually, when it shows up, it usually happens within a couple of weeks period of time. It's a pretty short period of time. So whatever this unexpected blessing or happy surprise is coming, I feel, within the last half of March. For some of you, it's interesting because typically when I feel this happy surprise coming in, it's usually something external coming in to the client or who I'm reading for. And general readings, of course, can be a little tricky because you're reading for a lot of different people. But for some reason, I'm feeling that some of you, Aries, may be thinking of doing something that's quite unexpected. Some of you, I feel, may be considering proposing to somebody. For some reason, I'm getting that, or making some kind of offer along those lines as well. Some of you, for those of you who this may not resonate as a love relationship reading, because to me that's the majority of what I'm feeling, and I always have to be kind of true to that. But in terms of career, work, and finance, you could be celebrating the beginning of something else. You could just be really spending the last half of March really enjoying the time that you're spending at home, around family, around friends, and reconnecting with that as well. Now we have Strength and the Empress. So Strength is about facing, working on, and making peace with our inner stuff. Fears, doubts, insecurities, having the courage, the strength, the humility to take those out into the light of day and look at those and address those and work with them and move forward through them. It can be about facing, coming to terms with our shadow selves, or maybe aspects of ourselves that we don't like or wouldn't want other people to know or be exposed. Again, this could be fears, doubts, and insecurities, but it can also represent maybe bad habits or patterns we might have, aspects of ourselves, ways of doing or ways of acting, or living in a certain area of our life or in our life in general. Kind of facing those and going, you know, maybe it's time to change this. Maybe it's time to take a look at how I've been doing something, which previously I thought, well, I'm doing just fine. This is how I do things. I don't need to change. Maybe taking a look at that because it may be having an adverse or harmful effect on people around you or in your relationship life, because I'm getting that quite strongly in terms of how you relate to other people. This can be in love and romance, with friends, with family, and with coworkers, etc. Excuse me. Now, clarifying Strength is the Empress. So the Empress is the traditional Earth Mother of the Tarot. She's very nurturing, giving, particularly in hands-on sort of ways. And you have the Queen of Pentacles here too, and she is very much like this. For some of you, actually for a lot of you, I'm feeling like this card may resonate on two different levels. First, I feel like for many of you, it may represent another specific person in your life. Could be female, it could be male. She is traditionally a very feminine energy, but of course it's a general reading, and I also include same-sex relationships in this as well. As a specific individual, she's the traditional Earth Mother. She's very sensual. This card can also be about taking time to self-nurture as well. This is about the beginnings of things, planting seeds. This is also a card that represents fertility. Some of you, maybe this unexpected blessing or happy surprise may be literal fertility, you know, pregnancy, conception. So what does fertility really mean? It means that the time is right to plant seeds, to begin to sow and grow something different. Or you know, it's not talking about fruition or the harvest. When the Empress comes up, it's usually the green light for beginning, the beginnings of things, starting new projects, new jobs, new works, new relationships, or starting off on a new path somehow, because the time is right, the season is right, the soil is right, the temperature is right, the atmosphere is right to begin to plant seeds. Now, of course, after we plant seeds, we cover them up. We don't see anything for a while, if you look at it in gardening terms. And it can seem like nothing's happening because all we see is the dirt that's covering up the seed. But underneath that, life is moving. Creation energy is moving. There's all kinds of things germinating under the soil, and if we take care of that, it will begin to grow. And as long as we nurture it and take care of it, it will flourish and grow into its manifest its full potential, and then end up giving back to us as well. So when the Empress comes up, the time is right to actually begin the start of that process, the planting seeds. But it's clarifying strength. So there's something to be examined here, perhaps, about yourself, about the way, again, I'm feeling quite strongly that some of you, again, regardless of what area of your life this resonates in, I feel like it could have, whatever you're considering doing different or doing in a different way, I feel like it has something to do with home and family. It could be having a beneficial effect on your family, or it could be, again, for some of you who are feeling like joining your life with somebody else, proposing marriage, taking a look at actually your own belief system and ideology behind that, and what your fears for not committing or not doing this in a different way is one of the things that you're going to have to, it's requiring strength in order for you to consider doing something different, going off on a new path. To me, it feels very much like how you relate to other people, how you are in relationships. Again, for some of you, because we have this Ace of Cups too, it's probably more in the intimate love relationship area of your life, but it can also, how we relate to people bleeds into all of our relationships. So it looks like there's something to be examined and maybe wrestled with, and maybe that you thought you were fine on, but like, maybe it's time that I start looking at this in a different way and start behaving differently. Maybe I should start giving more, or maybe I should start looking at things in a more balanced way in terms of how I relate to other people. Let's pull a clarifying card or two for strength. Why does this require strength? What is this strength card about? And again, for some of you, this Empress could represent, I think for all of you, this Empress represents having the courage to self-examine and take a look at doing something different, because the time is right to start. If you're going to make changes, especially inner changes, now's the time to do that. But for a fair amount of you too, I feel like the Empress is also about doing that with a specific person, and she's sitting right next to the Ace of Cups. So for some of you, this may be in the romantic relationship area of your life. But let's see if we can clarify strength. Cards jump out. Oh. So why does it take strength to take a look at this? Because we have the Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords. Two cards I rarely like pulling, especially if it has to do with relationships. It looks like somebody was very hurt. Perhaps in a relationship, both people were very deeply emotionally hurt by something which was viewed as a betrayal. I feel like those of you for whom this resonates, both of you feel betrayed. Both the person that was perceived as doing something, and maybe they did or you did, and the other person was hurt. But I also feel like however the other person reacted, the other person was also hurt as well, if that makes sense. So, but I feel this connection still, that it's such a close connection to home and family that you're not willing to give up on this. And in order to do that, because the other person also has a point, you're taking a look at doing this in a different way, that maybe the way that you've been looking at how you relate to people, particularly in love and romance, is no longer working. And in order to hold on to this relationship and this person, changes are going to have to be made on both sides, because there was obviously quite a bit of pain in the past. But I just don't feel like some of you are willing to let go of this. So then we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. So the Queen of Pentacles is a lovely accompaniment if she in fact represents the same person that this Empress is speaking of, because she has a lot of the qualities of this Empress. The Queen of Pentacles, Pentacles is earth energy, and earth energy is all about stability, security, things that are grounded and rooted, the efforts we put into things, sometimes tangible things like money, property, work, finance, assets. Queens and Kings represent individuals who are at the top of their game, meaning that they have mastered, they're in a place of self-mastery and control over the character traits inherent to their suit. This is Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It may be a earth sign individual. They may have a lot of earth in their chart, or they may be manifesting as this Queen of Pentacles, loving, nurturing, particularly in a hands-on way. The Queen of Pentacles is a great caretaker, and she has a way of making everything she does seem very effortless. She's the kind of person that would work a full-time job or run her home full-time. Everything always looks good. She's always presented well. The lawn is always mowed. The flowers are always trimmed. She volunteers twice a month at the local whatever. She's always there with a casserole if the disaster happens. She has an inherent quality of being able to manage the day-to-day aspects of life with ease and grace. And when she loves in a very practical, hands-on, taking care of people kind of way. A lot of stability and nurturing in that. And she's clarified by the Ace of Cups. Cups is water energy, and in the tarot, this is energy of the heart. Emotions, our emotional landscape. It's the area of our life that deals with relationships. Aces represent the number one, always the start of something new, new beginning. It could be new love and romance with this particular person for some of you. It's emotional renewal for others of you, reconciliation energy, which for some reason I feel like it is, trying to work together to overcome this tremendous grief and hurt that was caused in the past, because you don't want to let go of this thing yet, or this relationship, this person, and vice versa. But in order to move forward and get past it, both people have to start learning to do things and look at things in a different way. And now is the time to do that. That's kind of what I'm feeling. So let's clarify that Queen of Pentacles. Let's pull a clarifying card. Who or what does this Queen of Pentacles represent? The Three of Pentacles. This is working together, teamwork, collaboration, both people agreeing on a common cause. Okay, we want to stay together in spite of all the difficulties we've been through. How do we do that? A true teamwork, true partnership, true collaboration, whether it's love and romance or friendship or work or projects. It is about compromise and negotiation, which means what is the most important thing here? And we can give and take on the smaller things around that, but it's agreeing on what's most important and working towards that common cause and goal. Let us see what the overall outcome playing forward just a little bit is for this situation for the majority of you. Oh, how lovely. The Six of Wands. Victory and triumph after a struggle, after a challenge, after a battle. This man went off to go do something. Rescue a princess, slay a dragon, fix a broken relationship or partnership or collaboration, because this could be in work and career as well. Something which definitely connects to home and family though. And this person, he or she was successful. They're riding back into town. They're being visibly and publicly recognized too. But it's a card of victory and triumph after a challenge. So absolutely beautiful reading. Whatever it is, this pain that you've been through in the past with this love relationship or this partnership or collaboration, it feels like you don't want to let go of it. But in order to move forward, you know, you have to have the strength to kind of self-examine. What am I doing that isn't working for me anymore, which I'm going to have to take a look at changing in order to move forward from this. Beautiful, beautiful reading, Aries. Beautiful. Well, that pretty much sums up your March 2019 mid-month reading. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did. It's a gorgeous reading. Again, if any of you are interested in a personal reading with me, just click on the description link below or go to my YouTube channel's homepage, click on the About button. Please feel free to email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I'd be most happy to work with you. I do love and romance, of course, compatibility, charting, reconciliation potential, career work and finance, investment readings, gift readings, and I also do 6 and 12-month overviews, which take a look at what's coming in your life for the next 6 or 12 months, depending on how far ahead you want to look in all the main areas of life. So a few different options. And you can also find me on the smartphone app Instantgo under Irish Gypsy, and there's a few options there too. It's really great for quick answers to the quick, easy questions, and that link is also provided. So I will see you all again in a couple of weeks, Aries, for the April general readings. And until then, as always, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. And I hope to see you back here again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.